Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. Hazleton police have arrested an 18-year-old Hazleton man and 16-year-old juvenile male over the weekend for allegedly raping a 16-year-old girl who was unconscious at a party. 18-year-old Christian Velaz was arrested and is in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. He will be facing charges in juvenile court. 19-year-old Livingston Fernandez Jimenez was taken into custody by police during the investigation. He was charged with possession of an illegal firearm and other charges. Police say he threatened to kill officers and was aggressive when being taken into custody. According to Hanover Township Police Facebook page, a drug bust Tuesday afternoon netted narcotics with a street value of more than $20,000. The investigation was conducted with the Luzerne County DA Drug Task Force and the Hanover Township and Nanticoke City narcotics units. It began with a search of a vehicle on the Sansui Parkway. In it, they found cash and vials of THC marijuana. Then police searched the home of 33-year-old Richard Simon Jr. in Nanticoke. There they found more vials of THC and other paraphernalia. He is in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. A Shepton man was taken into custody after leading police on a high-speed chase, reaching speeds of over 100 miles an hour. It happened on Monday. East Union Township Police spotted a black Suzuki motorcycle traveling on Center Street in Shepton with an expired registration plate. When the officer attempted to pull 21-year-old Thomas Christensen over, he took off driving south in the northbound lane at a high rate of speed, forcing other motorists off the road. The pursuit continued along Route 924, but as Christensen approached Green Mountain Road, he lost control of the bike because of dirt and debris on the roadway. He attempted to flee on foot, but eventually complied with officers' orders. He was arraigned and taken to the Schuylkill County Prison for lack of $25,000 straight cash bail. A woman is headed to state prison after she recently admitted to a Schuylkill County judge that she committed assault in one case and resisted arrest in another. 42-year-old Leah Clark of Andreas pled guilty to simple assault and resisting arrest. Clark was sentenced to 1 to 2 years in a state correctional institution, as well as making a payment of $100 to the criminal enhancement account and a $50 bench warrant fee. Prosecutors withdrew a number of other charges in the case. Clark was charged by Shenandoah police with committing the assault on December 20th, 2016. She was charged by West Mahanoy Township Police for resisting arrest in July of 2017. The defense for murder suspect Dana Ganji has filed its opposition on Tuesday to a prosecution motion that seeks recusal of the magisterial district judge, arguing there's no indication showing the judge is anything but impartial. The 39-year-old is awaiting a preliminary hearing which will determine whether or not he will stand trial on an open count of criminal homicide. Ganji is accused of beating his 56-year-old girlfriend, Linda Frick, to death and leaving her body in a vehicle outside his home August 4th. Prosecutors filed for a change of venue last week, alleging Judge Haggerty prejudged the case when he asked parties to address bail at Ganji's arraignment. A hearing for the matter is set before the Luzerne County judge on Monday. Ganji remains in custody in the Luzerne County Prison. As the trial date for hit-and-run suspect Daniel Loughney closes in, a county judge has further limited what evidence prosecutors could bring to the jury. The 46-year-old of Hanover Township has been awaiting trial on a felony hit-and-run since 19-year-old Rebecca McCallick was run over on Hazel Street in Wilkes-Barre in July of 2012. The case has been delayed from legal battles of the seizure of Loughney's Chinese Ford, an F-350 truck. An order filed on Tuesday by the Luzerne County judge ruled prosecutors cannot use any identification if the truck, once it was obtained after its seizure. McCallick's boyfriend, John Schneck, who saw the truck in the driveway before the seizure, will be able to describe the truck as the vehicle that struck McCallick. However, he will not be able to describe the sound of the truck. That trial is scheduled to begin on October 15th. Tonight, Hazleton City Council meets, and you know the topic of the discussion at the meeting will be Mayor Jeff Cassette's proposals to bring new revenue options into the city. The mayor wants to rent out parking spaces, rework the city tow contracts, and step up mercantile tax collections. But council members want to explore the options a little more before making any decisions or commitments. Council President Bob Gavio spoke with our Gary Perna today and said there are some good options, and he's thankful that the mayor is thinking out of the box. But council needs time to consider all the proposals that he presents. Hazleton's mayor has nominated a former mayor to sit on the Hazleton Housing Authority. Mayor Jeff Cassett is asking council to approve his nomination of Joe Yanuzzi to fill a vacant seat on the Housing Authority Board. Cassett said he nominated Yanuzzi to fill the seat that was opened when Louis Pilati passed away earlier this year. The current mayor cited the former mayor's extensive record of public service in Hazleton as reasons for making Yanuzzi his pick. Yanuzzi served as a city councilman for 11.5 years and another 5 years as mayor. Housing Authority Board members do not receive stipends for their service. If the appointment is approved, Yanuzzi would join Elmacar Arroyo, Anthony Colombo Sr., and Edward Szymanski, as well as Charles Gennaro. Coming up on WYLN News, Luzerne County's manager is staying on. Julia Wiegand has those details. Plus, Julie Stefanovic has the story on the kickoff of United Way. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Some heavy rain possible, has a flash flood watch in effect until 8 this evening. Then some showers, some sunshine, and maybe sunshine for the weekend. We'll be right back.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown Hometown Village Square.
FunandLC.com is the official source to all the great things to do here and near Luzerne County. Visit our brand new website to find your fun in any PA. And be sure to check out our Facebook and Instagram pages for weekly listings of the top things to do in our area, along with free giveaways to the area's best events. Download any of our annual guides that will provide you with information on local events, outdoor recreation, arts and entertainment, and family fun and activities. Go to funandlc.com today to start finding your fun in Luzerne County.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Concerns are growing over fire watch patrols being done by firefighters in Wilkes-Barre. The 24/7 fire patrols in the city include firefighters looking for hazards within the city, such as rundown buildings. The Firefighters Union recently posted a warning to the public regarding patrols done in fire trucks, stating that 2 fire engines and a ladder truck are in the repair shop. Luzerne County Council met last night on the road, where an extension of employment was granted for County Manager David Pedri. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more.
Luzerne County Council had several items on the agenda to vote on at Luzerne County Community College in Nanticoke last night, which they like to call their ABCs, or Authority Boards and Commissions.
Those are appointments that the council makes to those like the Redevelopment Authority, the Arena Authority, the Drug and Alcohol Executive Committee. Those are the types of appointments we did. But probably the most important thing tonight was we did an extension of Mr. Pedri's employment agreement with the county. And it begins on January 1st, 2019, and it extends for the next 4 years.
Council outlined Pedri's compensation, with his first year's salary at $132,000 with 2% increases over the next 3 years and some incentive building to his contract. Chair Tim McGinley said the rest of Pedri's contract information is basically the same as any other employee within the executive branch. Contracts and salaries are always a hot topic for public comment.
But I think Mr. Pedri has done a very fine job and is almost 3 years now in the position. We feel that he should be rewarded for that, and we look forward to him maintaining the position and continuing to do an excellent job.
Luzerne County Council will meet again to vote on October 9th at the Luzerne County Courthouse. Reporting from Nanticoke for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
And members of the United Way were at a meeting today hosted by the Rotary Club of Hazleton. Our Julie Stefanovich has the special reason why.
The traditional joint kickoff meeting between the Rotary Club of Hazleton, the Kiwanis Club, and United Way of Greater Hazleton took place today at Genetti's in Hazel Township. The joint venture between the service clubs has been happening in the area since the 1950s, where hundreds of people would gather downtown. Today, United Way President and CEO Pat Ward talked about the tradition and the need for support from the community.
That's the beginning of our annual campaign to fund programs and services of 24 agencies in the United Way community, and it covers the gamut of health and human services.
For decades, businesses and especially blue-collar workers have contributed to the campaign by donating money right from their paychecks.
The mainstay of our campaign every year is the employee campaigns in the various businesses and industries, and realistically, it's the little guy that helps us so much by giving $2 a week, $4 a week, $5 a week through payroll deduction. But of course, we also accept contributions from individuals and businesses, foundations, and the whole world as well.
Currently, the United Way has 24 umbrella agencies from Catholic Social Services to the Domestic Violence Center. Last year, the campaign raised over $500,000, and there is a need for more. The organization has a goal for the upcoming year.
Well, we have a goal of raising $1 more than we did last year, and last year our cash that was raised was $529,000, which is down considerably over the past several years, so we need everyone's help. If folks want to help the United Way, we're at 570-455-9515 or HazeltonUnitedWay.org.
Next Wednesday, October 3rd, the United Way kicks off its official campaign at noon at Elevate in Hazleton, and WYLN will be there. In Hazel Township for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
And coming up on Hobbies News Choice, cold and flu season on Wellness Wednesday in Community and You, plus new rides at the Bloomsburg Fair. We have a preview. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Johnny, so what really was the deciding factor for you to run for Congress?
Mom, I want to fight for you and the people of Northeast Pennsylvania. And I will bring jobs for the young people here to create opportunities that I didn't have, and to fight to make sure that your Social Security is protected.
Make sure that you do it with integrity. I don't want you to be one of those people in Washington.
You don't have to worry about that. I'm John Schrin, and I approve this message.
Welcome to Community and You here on Wyln, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. Today, of course, Wellness Wednesday, thanks to our friends at Lehigh Valley Health Network. And today I'm with Jamie Mead, who is a nurse practitioner, specializes in pediatrics. And Jamie, we're going to talk a little bit about cold and flu symptoms, kind of, what separates them, how we can kind of tell the difference. So, first of all, welcome and thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
So, I want to just run something past you. So, I'm at home, maybe a new parent, baby has, a fever, runny nose, maybe coughing, just not, things aren't right. Call the pediatrician's office, nobody's in, okay? What should I do? Should I go to the emergency room? Should I maybe try to see if the express care is open? What are some of the first steps I should be taking, first of all?
Okay, well, first of all, it would depend on how old your baby is. Okay, so if your baby is 6 months and younger, you should definitely go to the emergency room, or you could go to express care where they could also do blood work. But if you have an older baby, you can treat a fever with Tylenol or Motrin. But, the difference between the cold and the flu would be, do we have a high fever or do we just have a runny nose? Are we vomiting? Different things like that. With the flu, you're going to have a high fever for 3 to 4 days. Okay. So that's kind of where, the difference is. Mm-hmm. And the flu could be a lot more detrimental to younger, especially kids under 5 years old, could lead into a lot of health problems. So that's where we start to worry. It can lead to pneumonia, it can lead to a lot of respiratory illnesses, dehydration, things like that. Whereas a cold, it's just usually just the sniffles. Mm-hmm. It's rare that they'll have a fever. It's rare that they'll be, lethargic with body aches. So,
and I know, especially new parents, the first time the baby gets sick, especially if it's their first child, they kind of hit the panic button. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and look. So if they would come into the express care and see you, kind of walk me through what would be some of the first things you would do when seeing the baby and the parents.
Okay, so the first thing we would do would take vital signs, take temperature, heart rate, listen to heart and lungs, depending on how high this fever is and how old the baby is, can we medicate them? But all new parents, that first fever is always a panic. So you're never wrong to come to the emergency room. You're never wrong to call your pediatrician. Mm-hmm. Even if, they feel awkward doing it, you're never wrong to do that. It's never a problem to listen to a baby's heart and lungs and to make sure that they're healthy. If they're congested and they're struggling to breathe, we can give breathing treatments, we can give oral steroids to kind of open them up, different things like that. And then keep track of their vital signs, make sure their heart rate isn't too high, make sure their fever's coming down, things like that.
Is there a big difference in the way you would be treating them if they're, under a year, over a year, are there different ways, different avenues to take depending on the child's age?
Not necessarily. I think we probably will be a little bit more closer observing younger babies because they tend to turn over more quickly with, respiratory distress and things like that. So we, not that we don't pay close attention to everyone, but I think, when they're smaller, you really want to be a little bit more careful because it's going to be more aggressive treatment sooner. But, if it's something where we've had a fever, we're congested, we're just not doing well, we can always do a flu swab to see if they're positive or negative for the flu and kind of treat from there.
And I know a lot of times we think, oh, it's the flu right away, but it could just be a cold. And the only way you could tell really is by coming in and seeing a provider.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
So that's always important. So, we understand it's always a panic button. Maybe sometimes you want to push right away, but take a deep breath, step back, call the pediatrician, stop in Express Care, the emergency room, to see what happens. Jamie, just quickly, some advice you would give to parents if they're, now that we're getting into the fall and winter season, to kind of just be prepared for cold and flu season.
Okay, so definitely hand washing. First and foremost, hand washing. Don't let anybody touch your babies or kiss your babies unless they've washed their hands and they've had their flu vaccine. Anybody 6 months and older should get their flu vaccine. That's definitely important. It's not always 100%, but it definitely takes your chances down, and that's, I think that's probably the most important thing.
All right, so, we always say be cautious. We always hear of the overcautious parents, hand sanitizer, wash your hands, make sure you're okay before you touch the baby. It's always a good idea, especially now into the cold and flu season when it's getting colder out, and keep everyone bundled up and make sure everyone's nice and warm. Jamie, thanks so much for stopping in and talking with us.
Thanks for having me.
And remember, if you want more information maybe about Jamie or some of the stuff going on at Lehigh Valley, hit them up at their website, lvhn.org. And of course, we thank them always for being part of Wellness Wednesdays. Thanks for joining us here on Community and You. We'll catch you next time here on WYLN.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Our amazing off-premise sale was the biggest one ever. We traded over 50 retail-ready cars, trucks, vans, and sport utilities of all makes and models. And I need 31 new units to meet my monthly quota with the manufacturer. Discounts and rebates of over $10,000, payments starting at $99 a month, and interest rates as low as 0%. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, check out our website at blazehazelton.com. I've reduced all prices to an all-time low. With over 40 banks on board, we have about a 99% approval rate. Blaze Alexander, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Mazda. Definitely taking the deals the other guys won't.
Irely Chiropractic Offices celebrating 43 years of practice and community participation in the Hazleton area. Doctors Tricia and Terrence Irely, keeping Hazleton moving since 1975.
Talk to State Farm agent Pete Kazalika today.
Fast, consistent internet speeds, TV your way, and reliable phone service. All from the one provider who also lives here. Service Electric Cablevision. Connect with us.
If you've had the chance to stop at the Bloomsburg Fair, you may have noticed some new rides, and if you haven't been there yet, our Julia Wiegand has the details.
For the first time in 45 years, the Bloomsburg Fair gained a new midway. Reihofer Shows provided rides and games to the fair in the past, but was contracted a little closer to home this week in Mexico. Superintendent of Traffic Police and Parking at the fair, William Barrett, tells us about the new company that took over this year.
So they decided to go with a different contract because they were closer to where they were in Mexico. So we went with Amusements of America, which is one of the biggest ride companies. As you can see, they made a lot of changes on our fairgrounds with some of the rides.
Amusements of America is the same company that operated rides at last year's Ohio State Fair. The company was cleared of any wrongdoing after last year's malfunction, resulting in death. The Bloomsburg Fair called it one of the safest companies around and does daily inspections of all the rides.
Well, right now we hadn't had any problems or anything. We went down and checked them out in South Carolina at one of the fairs down there. We went and visited them and checked out all their rides before we went with them. Now, we only have a one-year contract with them. If things work out and we're happy with them this year, we'll do a 3-year contract with them.
The Sky Ride is still around for fairgoers, which is owned by Ryhofer, who sends people down to run the ride. Negotiations for the Sky Ride's future with the Bloomsburg Fair are still underway, but Barrett hopes the ride will be here to stay. Reporting from Bloomsburg for Wyln News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln News.
BLB Auto Sales is a division of Barbush Automotive. One call does it all. Looking for a good pre-owned car or truck? BLB Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, inspected vehicles. If you need repairs on your vehicle, then Barbush Automotive can handle any job at affordable prices. Located at 1299 State Route 940, Hazel Township, one call does it all. 570-454-7571.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Stop in at Two Italian Guys Pizzeria for the best pizza in town, serving a large variety of pizza, stromboli, and so much more. Open till 3 a.m. Take out or eat in, delivery available. Call 570-459-2783. Wilkes Tree Farm in Sugarloaf has been providing the area with the highest quality trees for over 20 years, with a wide variety of shade and evergreen trees, wholesale, retail, and choose and cut options. Call them at 570-401-8267.
choice. For news, weather, and live local sports, WYLN, we're your local network.